There were questions in the Senate about what appears to be a deepening scandal involving the Ministry of Education, the former minister himself, and entities which report to the ministry. Senators Lambert Brown and K.D. Knight took the government to task for not publicly outlining the specific allegations which forced the Prime Minister to sack Reid earlier this week. TVJ's Dashan Hendricks reports.
The Senate debate on a Friday was to be about the appropriations bill, but when Senator K.D. Knight said this,
I see where there is an allocation of somewhere in the region of about $107 billion to a ministry, a very important ministry.
It was clear the debate would change to look at issues now affecting the education ministry and some of its agencies.
Those who are politicians stroke public officers must take their sticky fingers off people's money.
He slammed his fellow parliamentarians, calling them an embarrassment to those who chose to stay uncorrupted. But while Mr. Knight stayed on the edges of the debate and admitted he was not pointing fingers only at the Holness administration,
this theft of public funds didn't start today.
Clean Lewis, Jack Smith.
That's what I said. Ministers have gone to prison for it.
Malcolm.
And as you say, it has gone on for a long time. Yes.
And even suggested prison sentences for anyone found guilty in the latest corruption scandal. His opposition counterpart Lambert Brown was more specific, doing so through raising questions about the true nature of the allegations surrounding the former education minister, the ministry itself, and entities reporting to it, such as the Caribbean Maritime University, CMU.
They want to know whether the 50th birthday of the Minister of Education, former Minister of Education, was hosted on a yacht in Port Royal by the Caribbean Maritime University. And if so, what were the costs of these parties? We hear Wakanda party, we hear topsy-turvy party, now we're hearing about a yacht in Port Royal for Minister Reid's 50th birthday. Are they relatives of the former minister and staff at CMU? When were these persons hired, and what are the qualifications for the position that they're in? The people want to know.
Questions also if a personal staff of Mr. Reid are on the payroll of the Caribbean Maritime University or any entity associated with the school, and what roles they are playing at the institution. Other questions if the spouses of JLP politicians are being hired in the ministries, department and agencies of the education ministry, and whether the manager for donor relations at the National Education Trust, NET, is also being contracted at the same time at the CMU and being paid by both.
People want to know, are any resources of the CMU diverted to support the construction of a home of a senior CMU official in the eastern end of the island? The people want to know.
He said the cloak of secrecy must end and the people must get answers about the real reason Mr. Reid was sacked earlier this week. Dashan Hendricks, TVJ News.